In the early hours of a serene Yosemite morning, Emily, an adventurous soul with bright blue eyes and golden hair, begins her journey. The first light of dawn gently caresses the towering cliffs and cascading waterfalls of Yosemite Valley, painting the landscape in hues of pink and gold. Emily, clad in her favorite hiking attire, steps into the forest, her heart beating with excitement and wonder. As she walks, the forest around her awakens. Birds chirp melodiously, welcoming the new day, while the gentle rustle of leaves whispers secrets of the ancient woods. The fresh, crisp air fills Emily's lungs, infused with the scent of pine and the earthy aroma of damp soil. She feels a deep connection to the world around her, each breath syncing her rhythm with that of the forest. Emily marvels at the intricate details of her surroundings. Dewdrops glisten like tiny jewels on the spider webs, delicately woven between branches. Wild flowers, in a kaleidoscope of colors, peek out from the underbrush, their petals still holding on to the night's dew. The ferns, unfurling their green fronds, create a lush carpet on the forest floor. The tall trees stand as silent guardians of the forest, their leaves filtering the sun's rays into a soft, dappled light that dances on the path ahead. The bark of each tree tells a story of resilience and time. Some smooth and unblemished, others rugged and scarred. Emily reaches out, her fingers tracing the grooves and knots, feeling the pulse of life within. As she wanders deeper, the sounds of a nearby stream reach her ears. The water, crystal clear and cool, babbles over rocks and pebbles, creating a symphony that resonates with her soul. Emily pauses, closing her eyes, letting the tranquility of the moment wash over her. In this harmonious solitude, Emily notices a curious phenomenon. A gentle mist begins to rise from the ground, weaving between the trees and enveloping the forest in a mystical shroud. Intrigued, she follows the mist, her steps light and cautious. The mist thickens, obscuring her view, yet Emily feels an inexplicable pull, guiding her forward. As she emerges from the mist, she finds herself on a hidden path, barely visible beneath the overgrowth. This path, shrouded in the morning fog, seems to lead to another realm, a gateway to a world unknown. With a heart full of curiosity and a sense of adventure guiding her, Emily steps onto the path. The forest behind her fades into a hazy memory, and ahead lies a world of enchantment and mystery. As Emily ventured deeper into the mystical forest, the sound of rushing water filled her ears, growing louder with each step. The path led her to a magnificent waterfall, its cascading waters shimmering in the morning light like a curtain of diamonds. The waterfall plunged into a crystal clear pool, sending ripples across its surface and filling the air with a refreshing mist. Captivated by the beauty of the waterfall, Emily was startled when a gentle voice spoke from behind her. Turning around, she found herself face to face with a friendly black bear. The bear, with its thick, glossy fur and kind eyes, exuded a sense of calm and wisdom. "Good morning," greeted the bear with a warm smile. "I'm Bruno. Welcome to our enchanted forest." Emily, though surprised, felt an instant connection with Bruno. "Hello, Bruno. I'm Emily. It's amazing to meet a talking bear." Bruno chuckled softly. "You'll find many wonders here. I've been watching your journey. You have a kind heart and a curious mind. Would you like to visit my home? It's right behind this waterfall." Intrigued, Emily eagerly accepted the invitation. Bruno led her through a hidden path that curved around the waterfall, revealing a secret cave. The cave was a marvel, illuminated by hundreds of crystals embedded in the walls. Each crystal glowed with its own unique color: blues, greens, pinks, and purples, creating a mesmerizing display of light. "These crystals are the heart of our forest," explained Bruno. "They hold magical properties. Some can heal, others can protect, and a few can even grant you a glimpse of the future." Emily was in awe. She walked around the cave, her eyes wide with wonder, touching the crystals gently. They felt warm to the touch, humming with an energy that resonated with her soul. Bruno watched her with a smile. "Choose one, Emily. It's a gift, a token of our friendship." After some contemplation, Emily reached for a crystal that glowed with a soft, golden light. "This one feels right," she said. "That's a special choice," Bruno said, his eyes twinkling. "That crystal will guide and protect you on your journey." As they left the cave, Bruno pointed towards a distant part of the forest, where a serene lake lay hidden among the trees. "You should visit the lake next. It's a place of peace and beauty, and you might find some interesting company there." Thanking Bruno for his kindness and the magical crystal, Emily bid him farewell. With the golden crystal in her pocket and her heart full of gratitude, she set off towards the lake, excited for the new experiences that awaited her in this enchanting forest. The day was still young, and Emily's adventure was just beginning. Guided by the magical crystal's warm glow, Emily found herself at the edge of a breathtaking lake. The water was so clear that it mirrored the sky above, creating an illusion of floating clouds beneath her feet. Surrounding the lake, tall trees stood like silent sentinels, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. As she admired the serene beauty, Emily noticed a group of majestic elk by the water's edge. Their antlers were like intricate sculptures, and their gentle eyes observed her curiously. The leader of the elk, a magnificent creature with a noble bearing, approached Emily. "Greetings, traveler," the elk said in a gentle tone. "I am Alara. We sense the kindness in your heart and the magic of your crystal. Would you join us in our dance of blessing? Emily was both surprised and honored. I would love to, she replied, her heart swelling with joy. Elara led Emily to the group, and the dance began. It was a dance like no other, a beautiful expression of harmony with nature. The elk moved gracefully, their hooves barely touching the ground, as if they were part of the wind itself. Their movements were fluid and synchronized, telling a story of the forest, the sky, and the waters of the lake. As the dance progressed, something magical happened. The elk started to dance upon the water's surface, their movements causing ripples that glowed with an ethereal light. The water responded to their dance, creating patterns that mirrored the elk's movements, as if the lake itself was alive and participating in the ritual. Emily felt the crystal in her pocket, pulsating with energy. It began to emit a warm, dazzling light, matching the rhythm of the dance. Encouraged by Elara, Emily joined in, and to her amazement, she found herself gliding over the water alongside the elk. With each step, she felt lighter, as if lifted by an unseen force, allowing her to dance in the air, twirling and soaring with the grace of the elk. The dance was a celebration of life, a tribute to the beauty of the natural world. The elk, Emily, the water, and the air all moved in perfect harmony, creating a spectacle of light and movement that was both enchanting and surreal. As the dance came to a close, the elk gently returned to the shore, and the magic of the moment slowly faded. Elara approached Emily, a look of deep respect in her eyes. Thank you for joining us, Emily. Your presence has brought additional joy to our dance. Carry the spirit of this dance with you, and remember the unity of all things in nature. With a heart full of wonder and gratitude, Emily thanked the elk for the incredible experience. As she continued her journey, the memory of the dance and the feeling of oneness with nature stayed with her. A magical reminder of the extraordinary wonders of the enchanted forest. After leaving the enchanting dance of the elk, Emily wandered deeper into the forest, her heart still echoing with the rhythm of the dance. As she strolled, her attention was caught by a faint mewing sound coming from a nearby thicket. Carefully pushing aside the branches, she discovered a small kitten, its paw caught in a makeshift trap. Emily gently approached the frightened kitten, speaking soothingly to calm it. She noticed a gash on its paw, bleeding slightly. Remembering the magical crystal given to her by Bruno, she carefully held it over the kitten's wound. To her amazement, the crystal glowed softly, and the bleeding began to slow, the pain seemingly easing from the kitten's eyes. As she worked to free the kitten, a rustling sound came from behind her. Emily turned to to see a majestic mountain lion emerging from the shadows. Her initial fear subsided when she saw the concern in the mountain lion's eyes, clearly focused on the kitten. "Don't be afraid," the mountain lion spoke in a deep yet gentle voice. "That is my child. Thank you for helping him." Emily was relieved. "I'm glad I could help. I'm Emily," she said, as she finally freed the kitten, who immediately ran to its mother. "I am Leona," the mountain lion replied, her gaze softening. "You have shown great kindness to my son. Let me repay you by guiding you through a shortcut to the Half-Dome's peak. The view from there is breathtaking, and it's a sight few have the chance to witness." Grateful for the offer, Emily followed Leona and her kitten. The path was narrow and winding, ascending steeply through the forest. Leona's agile movements and knowledge of the terrain were invaluable. In some places, the path was so steep that Emily had to rely on the mountain lion's guidance to find footholds and leaps she would have otherwise missed. After a challenging ascent led by Leona, the mountain lion, Emily reached the summit of Half Dome. The sun was high in the sky, casting a warm, vibrant light over the vast expanse of Yosemite. From this incredible vantage point, the view was nothing short of magical. Directly below, the valley stretched out like a lush green carpet, dotted with wildflowers that swayed in the gentle breeze. To the west, she could see the sparkling waterfall where she met Bruno, its mist creating rainbows as it caught the sunlight. The lake where she had danced with the elk was a sapphire gem in the distance, its surface smooth and undisturbed. Far beyond, the great sequoia forest stood majestically, its ancient trees whispering tales of old. But it was the uncharted areas of Yosemite that captured Emily's imagination. To the north, a series of cascading terraces led to a hidden glen where bioluminescent plants glowed softly, creating an ethereal landscape that seemed out of a fairy tale. To the east, a series of crystal-clear streams converged into a shimmering pool, reflecting the sky in such a way that it was difficult to tell where the water ended and the heavens began. Amidst these wonders, a unique phenomenon caught her eye: a floating island drifting lazily above a deep canyon. It was covered in vibrant flora and orbited by a swarm of colorful birds, creating a spectacle of movement and color. Emily was mesmerized. "I never knew such places existed," she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. Leona, watching her reaction, nodded sagely. "This land holds many secrets and wonders, Emily. What you see from this peak is just a glimpse of its magic." Emily took a deep breath, taking in the fresh, pine-scented air and the majestic view. She felt a deep connection to this land, a sense of belonging and peace that she had never experienced before. After spending some time at the summit, soaking in the panoramic views and the hidden wonders of Yosemite, Emily knew it was time to continue her journey. She thanked Leona and her kitten for their guidance and company. Descending from the heights of Half Dome, Emily's next encounter in the enchanted Yosemite forest was with a lively group of squirrels. These squirrels were not like any she had seen before. They had vibrant, russet fur and bright, inquisitive eyes that sparkled with mischief. Their bushy tails flicked playfully as they scampered through the trees. As Emily walked, one particularly bold squirrel, with a striking white stripe running down its back, approached her. "Hello, human. I'm Skippy," it chirped cheerfully. "What's that shiny thing you have there?" Emily showed the squirrel her magical crystal. Skippy's eyes widened in awe. "That's so cool. Hey, do you want to join us on a treasure hunt? We've got a secret adventure planned in the forest." Intrigued, Emily agreed. The squirrels gathered around, offering her a small, peculiar-looking fruit. "Eat this," Skippy said. "It'll help you keep up with us." The fruit was a deep purple, with a smooth, almost luminescent skin. As Emily bit into it, she tasted a burst of flavors: sweet, tangy, and a hint of something wild she couldn't quite place. A tingling sensation spread through her body, and suddenly she felt lighter, her muscles brimming with energy. Before she knew it, Emily found herself leaping effortlessly from the ground to the branches high above, much to the delight of her new squirrel friends. Laughing, she experimented with her newfound agility, bounding from tree to tree with the squirrels. The sensation was exhilarating, like being part of the forest itself, moving with a freedom she had never known. As they traveled, the beauty of the giant sequoia and redwood forest around them became even more apparent. The towering trees, with their massive trunks and sprawling branches, created a majestic canopy overhead. Sunbeams filtered through the leaves, casting a dappled light that danced on the forest floor. Guided by her crystal, Emily and the squirrels reached a giant tree with an enormous hollow at its base. Inside the hollow was a world of its own, a cavernous space filled with an array of sparkling objects. There were stones that shimmered in the faint light, ancient artifacts adorned with intricate carvings, and even small, delicate items that looked like they belonged in a fairy tale. Skippy scampered up to a pile of shiny objects. "This is it, our treasure trove. We collect all sorts of shiny and pretty things. Feel free to take something as a souvenir of your adventure." Emily was in awe of the collection, but she felt that the real treasure was the experience itself. The joy of exploring the forest with these enchanting creatures, and the magic of the crystal that here. Leaving the squirrels and their treasure behind, Emily continued her journey through the forest, her heart filled with joy and wonder. As the afternoon waned, she found herself at Glacier Point, a vantage point offering a sweeping view of Yosemite Valley, with the setting sun casting a golden glow over the landscape. The beauty of the sunset at Glacier Point was breathtaking. The sky was ablaze with hues of orange, pink, and purple, reflecting off the icy surfaces of the glaciers, making them sparkle like jewels. In this moment of tranquility, Emily's attention was drawn to the melodic chirping and singing of birds. All around her, birds of various species gathered, each more colorful and unique than the last. There were bluebirds with their vibrant azure feathers, cardinals in their fiery red plumage, and even a few golden eagles soaring gracefully in the sky. The smaller birds flitted about, their delicate wings fluttering like leaves in the wind. As if sensing her presence, the birds began to circle around Emily, their songs intertwining to create a harmonious symphony. It was as if each bird contributed a note, a chord, to this natural concert. The melodies were pure and clear, resonating with the beauty of the surrounding wilderness. Amidst the chorus of birdsong, Emily noticed a faint shimmer in the air. A swirl of iridescent light began to form around the birds, pulsating and glowing in rhythm with their music. It was as if the very air was alive with their song, creating a visual spectacle that mirrored the auditory beauty. Overwhelmed by the sensory experience, Emily closed her eyes, letting the music and light wash over her, filling her with a sense of peace and unity with nature. As the last notes of the bird symphony faded, a large shadow passed over Emily. Opening her eyes, she saw a magnificent eagle descending towards her. Its feathers glistened in the dying light of the sun, and its eyes held a wisdom that seemed ancient. "I am Aurora," the eagle spoke in a voice that was both powerful and gentle. "You have experienced the wonders of our land. Now, let me show you the world from above." Without hesitation, Emily climbed onto Aurora's back, holding tightly as the eagle spread its majestic wings and took flight. The ground fell away, and soon they were soaring high above the valley, the wind rushing past them. As they flew, Emily saw the forest from a new perspective. The sequoia and redwood trees formed a vast green carpet below them. The waterfall where her journey began was now a silver ribbon winding through the landscape. Aurora flew towards the mysterious floating island Emily had glimpsed from Half Dome. As they drew closer, the details of the island became clear. It was a lush, green oasis in the sky, adorned with flowers of every color. waterfalls cascaded down its sides, creating a mist that shrouded the island in a mystical veil. The birds she had heard at Glacier Point now flitted around the island, adding to its otherworldly beauty. This island, Aurora explained, is a symbol of the magic that pervades Yosemite. It is a reminder that there is more to this world than meets the eye, more wonders than one can imagine. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of twilight, Aurora descended, bringing Emily back to the forest entrance where her journey had begun. The eagle landed gracefully, and Emily slid off its back, her mind still reeling from the incredible experiences she had encountered. "Thank you, Aurora, for this unforgettable journey," Emily said, her voice filled with gratitude. Aurora nodded. "Remember what you have seen and felt here, Emily. Carry these memories with you and let them guide you in your life's journey." With a final majestic spread of its wings, Aurora took to the skies, leaving Emily standing at the forest's edge as the stars began to twinkle overhead. The forest was peaceful now, the magic of the day lingering in the air like a sweet dream. As Emily walked away, she knew that her adventure in Yosemite was more than just a journey through nature. It was a journey of discovery, of wonder, and of a deep connection with the world around her. The memories of this magical place would stay with her forever, a reminder of the beauty and mystery that lay just beyond the ordinary world.